Hello, and thank you for choosing RentSpree. Today, we're going to go over everything your applicants may see, from receiving the Apply Now email to filling out the rental application and authorizing their screening reports, and submitting their payment information if you've requested payment from them on our site. The first thing you'll see is the Apply Now email that we send to applicants when you provide us with their email address. This email will let them know the property address they are applying to, the name of the requesting agent or owner, that they need their own email address for each person that is applying, and that RentSpree utilizes a soft credit check, so there will be no damage to their credit score. To begin, they would simply click on Apply Now, and that will take them to the page to apply. Once they click on the Apply button, they will be taken to the Apply page. Here, they will see the property address that they are applying for, the name of the agent or owner that has requested the reports for them, and, if applicable, the screening fee. They will also see the 3 distinct steps that they must complete before anything is returned to you on our site. The first is applicant information, where they will be able to provide any other occupants, guarantors, or co-signers. They will then be able to fill out the rental application, which will be a complete online rental application that you will have returned to you once everything has been completed. And finally, the TransUnion screening section, where they will be asked to authorize their screening reports if they have been requested, verify their identity, and then they'll be able to come back and submit payment. For the purpose of this video, we have pre-filled the applicant information and rental application sections. When an applicant comes to this page for the first time, the first 2 sections will say Not Started and be grayed out with a blue Start button next to the first section. The Start button will not appear for any subsequent section until the sections before that have been completed. We will now go through the applicant information and rental application sections. Just a reminder that for your applicant, these sections will be grayed out and say Not Started, and instead of a View and Edit button, the first section will have the blue Start button. You will notice the first thing we ask for is a desired move-in date. If one is not known, it is recommended that the applicant consult with the requesting agent or owner, or enter the date they would like to move in by. Once they have done that, they can click on Save and Next to continue to the applicant information page. On the applicant information page, they are able to specify whether or not they are applying as a tenant or a guarantor/co-signer. We do also let everyone know that it is recommended to contact the requesting agent or owner to make sure that guarantors and co-signers are allowed. There's also a little spot for them to fill in a little about themselves. Once they have done that, they can click on Save and Next to continue to any possible other tenants. If they are not living with any other tenants, they can simply click No. However, if they are, they can click Yes and provide the additional tenant's information. There is another button they can click down here if there is more than one other tenant they will be living with. For the purpose of this video, we will select No. They can then click Save and Next to go to the final step, which is the guarantors and co-signers. Similar to other tenants, if they are applying with any, they can click Yes, which will allow them to provide the guarantor and co-signer information. Otherwise, they can click No and Save and Next to continue. When they return to what's called the guide, they will see that the applicant information has now been completed, and they can view and edit the applicant information they have provided. They can then continue to the rental application, which of course will be grayed out and say Not Started with a blue Start button instead of View and Edit. Once they are ready to start the rental application, they can click on the Start button. They will then be asked to enter their personal information at the start of the rental application. This first page asks for their personal information. And once they're done, they can click on Save and Next to move on to the next page of the personal information section. We ask for government-issued ID and emergency contact information as well. Under the Residence section, we ask for current and previous residences along with the information pertaining to them. For this video, we will select rental property for the first residence. We will then collect the address, the duration of stay, and rental information. We then ask for the previous residence information, which can be rental property, owner occupied, or none. For this video, we will select owner occupied. They can then enter the address and duration of stay for their previous residence. When they click Save and Next, they will be asked for their occupation information. For their current occupation, we ask whether or not they are employed, unemployed, or retired. For the purpose of this video, we will select employed. We will then ask for employment information, duration of work, and supervisor information. We will also ask for the work address and any additional income. We will then ask for the previous occupation. The options are employed or none, and for the purpose of this video, we will select none. We will then go on to the reference section, where we ask for the nearest relative, and other relatives can be added if necessary by clicking the Add Relative button. We will also ask for any references, with the option to add more than one reference. Finally, the applicant will be taken to the miscellaneous section, where they will be asked about any pets other than a service or companion animal, and any vehicles. They will also be asked a few miscellaneous questions, whether or not they have any liquid-filled furniture, whether they've been party to an unlawful detainer action or filed bankruptcy within the last 7 years, whether the applicant or any proposed occupant has been asked to move out of a residence, or if they've ever been convicted of or pleaded no contest to a felony. Once they've done that, they can click on Save and Finish. They will then be taken back to the guide, where they will be able to start the TransUnion screening section. This section will only be available if you have requested any screening reports from the potential tenant. Once they are ready, they can click on Start, where they will be asked to agree to the TransUnion terms of service, and also whether or not they would like to receive a copy of their reports. Once they click to agree to the terms and conditions, the blue Continue button will appear. Once they click Continue, they will be taken to a page to enter their first and last name, their date of birth, their current address, and their social security number or individual taxpayer identification number. Once they enter that information, they will then be asked identity verification questions. These identity verification questions pertain directly to this applicant based on the information they provided, and must be answered before any reports can be generated. Once they have answered successfully, they can click Continue, and once they click Continue, they will be taken back to the guide. They can then scroll down to click on Pay and Submit, where they will be asked to enter credit card information, and then click on the Pay and Submit button. They will then see a success. You've just applied to screen that'll have the property address they just applied to and a button that says View My Screening Reports. They can click that button to view their reports directly on their dashboard, and you will receive an email notification at the same time they clicked Pay and Submit, letting you know that the reports are available to view. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and learn more about what your applicants will see and do while using RentSpree. If you do have any other questions about our service or need any sort of assistance, you are more than welcome to reach us at 323-515-7757. You can also contact us via email at support@rentspree.com. Thank you for watching and have a great day.